There was a guy started showing up at my events last year. Very good looking, great smile, friendly enough on the surface. And from the very first time I saw him come into a party, something in me went, nope. No reason, no incident, no data, just nope. Now, I'm a professional, which means I don't ban people from my spaces because I personally get a weird vibe. That's not how this works. So he kept getting invited, and I kept having the ick, and I kept my mouth mostly shut, except for a few, hey, has anyone had any experience with this guy? Conversations with friends. The universal response? Either, no idea who that is, or, I avoid him, not sure why. And that was that. Until yesterday. A screenshot made the rounds. Something he'd posted in a local group chat. Misogynistic, objectifying, gross. Someone thought I'd want to know, and they were right. I shared it with my team. One person had direct personal experience, not the good kind. Another found 3 more women in our network with their own stories. The men on my team were just as disgusted as the women. Done. He no longer has access to my parties and events. Here's what I would like you to sit with. My body knew. A year ago, before I had a single piece of evidence. People love to dismiss the ick, especially if you're a woman talking about a man. You're being picky. You're being dramatic. Give him a chance. You don't even have a reason. And sure, sometimes the ick is just a vibe mismatch or a bad day or a weird cologne situation. I'm not saying the ick is infallible. What I am saying is that it deserves a hell of a lot more respect than most people give it. The ick is not always capriciousness. It is definitely not indecision. It is a primal self-defense. Before we have language to name what's wrong, before we have proof, before someone has done the thing yet, we have the ick. It's receiving something below our conscious awareness. Microexpressions, body language, subtle behavioral cues, maybe even pheromones. I genuinely don't know all the mechanisms, but I know it's real, and I know it works. I have too many stories like this one. Too many, I knew something was off, and then 6 months later, everyone found out moments. After I went to Thailand for a sexual hypnosis and slave training seminar back in 2018 and learned to turn my personal intuition up to 100, I stopped second-guessing it almost entirely. Did some weird things get flagged along the way? Sure. But the signal-to-noise ratio is wildly in my favor. And it's not just women. People of all genders get this. Bad juju, rotten vibes. Ew, David. Your body is running pattern recognition at a speed and depth that your conscious mind cannot match. People lie. Our bodies usually don't. And contrary to whatever the podcasters are currently wailing about, I am not hearing women get icked out by men for being too nice or too short or too successful or whatever grievance is trending this week. What I am hearing, what I keep seeing, is the ick kicking in before we have proof of something genuinely dangerous, physically or emotionally. Our nervous systems are doing their jobs. Let them. So here's what I want to offer you. Back in 2018, I created a hypnotist script specifically to help people increase their intuition, tune into their own internal signal, and stop drowning it out with noise, logic, but I don't have proof yet. It's something I developed out of my own practice and have used with clients since. And right now, you can have it for free. When you sign up, you'll also be added to the announcement list for the new studio that I'm actively building right now. It's going to be a lot of free educational content, and I want you, everyone, in there when the doors open. Your body is trying to protect you. Let's make sure you can hear it. Have you ever gotten the ick, ignored it, and then found out later that your gut was right? Or do you think the ick is overrated? I want to know where you land on this. Hit reply and tell me. No wrong answers, and I read every single one.